Hey, what's up, everybody? So, been a while since I've done anything on my channel, especially with the geoengineering videos. A lot has changed, as you guys probably have noticed. But a lot's changed in my life. Not exactly in the same position that I was in before, but I'm definitely better off than I am, as I am now than I was. Simply because of the fact that I've kind of dropped all the worldly desires, all that type of stuff. I've kind of freed myself from the system, living independently, but I mean, as much as I can. It might get a little bit noisy. So, last time I left y'all, I was in Plastow, New Hampshire. And I was kind of in a rough spot there. I was not very comfortable doing what I was doing. Long story, but I'm not going to bother y'all with that. So I graduated university in December, and my initial plan was to basically just become a vagabond. What I was going to do was hike the Appalachian Trail, which ended up they were kicking people off because of all that corona, all this, I'm not even going to say it, the new crown happened, so they were kicking people off the trails and everything. So I decided to do something a little bit more independent, and I bought myself a bike. I'm kind of thinking that, the way I saw it was most college kids, what college kids do is that they after they graduate, they go to Europe and backpack or whatever. But for me, it was different. Like when I first graduated, when I first went to school, in the back of my mind, and I actually never talked about this surprisingly in any of my videos, is that in the back of my mind, I was like, something's going to happen. This country can't be the way it is going to be. And this was about 5 years ago. Something's going to happen. And by the time I graduate, something big's going to happen. And guess what? It happened. So, and that's that's one of the reasons why I kind of planned on doing what I was doing. Like I was purging a lot of stuff throughout the years when I was in college. And, I freed myself of materialism, of all that stuff. I kind of got rid of all of it, said screw it. So I bought myself a bicycle, and I'm basically like a bike tourist now. And it's a lot more independent. I'll show you my bike here. Here's my bike. Got the rear racks, got the front rack. There's my two rear panniers. They're basically just saddlebags that clip onto the rack. Those go on top of this part right here. That's my sleeping pad and my tent poles. This is my helmet. My bike. It's a hybrid bike. I need a hybrid bike because of what I'm doing. I'm on road and I'm off road. And then there's my two front panniers that go off of the front rack. They're smaller. And of course, there's my wallet, and in my wallet, I need to keep my mask, right? Got to have the mask. That's great. And if you can get one of these things, if you're doing what I'm doing, this is like from the Whole Foods, the little, delivery bag things. I just grabbed one from there, and I just, whatever. But, I'm just out doing, I rode my bicycle from Manchester, New Hampshire, and I'm back here in North Wales, Pennsylvania. This is where I used to live. I used to live on the 3rd floor here. You got great fake skies up here. I used to, out back there, there's a window on the south-facing side. That's where I did a lot of my time-lapse videos and where I filmed, dozens of hours of chemtrails. So what I did was I basically just asked the landlord, hey, can I, hang out here while I get ready for the rest of my bike touring trip? and they gave me the Wi-Fi password, and they let me dry out my tent. Over here, I just lay out my tent in the morning to dry out, because I know this place like the back of my hand, and I'm sleeping out in this wilderness preserve. So that's basically what I've been doing. It's been about two months so far. I spent like 3.5 weeks. It took about 3.5 weeks to get from Manchester, New Hampshire to here. And I took my sweet time. I'm not in any hurry. I'm not some type of, bicyclist that's trying to get miles in or whatever. I'm pretty much just a homeless bum now. Don't really care. And if you want to be technical, I'm one of those. I'm a disabled veteran, so you can categorize me as one of those, like, hundreds and hundreds of the homeless veterans. Whatever, doesn't matter. Put me in a box. Don't give a shit. But beautiful flowers here. This is my old neighbor's little cottage. I just hang out here for a few hours a day using the Wi-Fi, just hanging out. But yeah, I did 3.5 weeks to get down here. I did about 500 miles. In total, I've done about probably like 800 miles, if you want to be, very specific about it, up to now. Going like food shopping, going just random places. And I'm probably going to be here for like another week, because there's a heat wave right now. And they were chemtrailing like mad. Just a huge heat wave right now. It's insane. Absolutely insane how much of a heat wave there's going on right now. It's like 100 degrees out. Humid as hell. So I'm probably going to head off in a week. Healing up my muscles. Getting my food all settled up. Made some granola and all that. But yeah, just wanted to update you guys and talk about a few things. I can't really do a video like this and not talk about some of the current events. If you've been a subscriber to my channel long enough, maybe you remember some of the stuff I've talked about, like sympathetic magic, dealing with the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. And that's what you're seeing. That's what all this is about, is getting people into that sympathetic state. Sympathetic, if you don't remember, sympathetic nervous system, that's called the fight or flight nervous system, okay? And for the most part, people nowadays, they only live in the sympathetic nervous system. The only time anyone is in the parasympathetic, and the parasympathetic, again, being the rest and digest, as opposed to the sympathetic, which is the fight or flight. The only time people are in the parasympathetic state is in their home. That's it. It's the only respite that people really have nowadays to rest and digest. And that's all by design. That's all on purpose. And that will be invaded. Your home will be invaded because they want you to be in the sympathetic nervous system. They want you to be in the fight or flight response 24/7. You're not safe at home. You're not safe at work. You're not safe at the grocery store. You're not safe in your car. You're not safe anywhere. And that's what they want. They want you to continually do that. And I'm not down for that. I'm not okay with any of that. So that's one of the reasons I'm doing what I'm doing. I gave my heart, my soul, everything over to Jesus, my Lord and Savior. Okay, I am a full-blown born-again Christian now. If you guys remember the stuff that I used to talk about with Gnosticism, Egyptian, Greek, magic, stuff like that, all those philosophies, let me tell you, those are absolute nonsense. Okay, something clicked on me, and I could go on for a long time about the stuff I've been through, but something clicked in me, and I was like, oh, okay, now I know what true philosophy is, what true theology is, and it is through Christ, through Jesus, and Jesus alone. So this world, I'm no longer. I'm not really a part of it anymore. I'm kind of just a witness to the madness. I'm a witness to these sinners, saving people as much as I can. And I will tell you right now, if you want to find the perfect theology, the perfect religion, and it's not even religion, it's truth. It is through Jesus. It is in the Bible. I don't care. I know I have subscribers that are into Gnosticism and all that, but no more of that. You won't hear any more of that from me. But yeah, some channels that I want to recommend. If you want to look up Probably Alexandria, that's a good channel. Alpha and Omega Productions, that's another good one. But yeah, Probably Alexandria. I think she's a great channel because she talks about Q a lot, and she exposes Q a little bit. But the thing is, like, it's hard to expose Q because there's so much to expose, especially with all because all Q does is just post these little 4chan posts, and it's all mental gymnastics. Okay, and if you want to know an expert in mental gymnastics, I am one. I've been an expert in mental gymnastics for most of my life, and it takes one to know one, right? So if you want to see it in action, go to this guy's channel called X22 Report. Now, if you want to see some mental gymnastics, listen. Okay, first of all, remember what I talk about when it comes to language and how powerful language is. That's what magic is. Language is magic, okay? Because it makes people do things that they would not have done otherwise. Language is extremely, extremely powerful, right? First, you want to purge your mind of language. You don't want to think with words. Okay, you want to think with only truth, with only real thoughts, not with words, that mind chatter, that yada 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 yada, that constant nonstop. You need to get rid of that. You need to stop thinking with words and think with actual thoughts. And I know that's a weird sounding thing, but it's true. But yeah, the whole QAnon thing, like I can't explain enough. Just go to that guy's YouTube channel and listen to him talk and how much he emphasizes and listen to his words. This has to be true, right? And then discern what he's saying and actually, what are you seeing? You have to. That's the thing about language, is that language can make you see things that you don't actually see. Isn't that what the news is? They just tell you things, and isn't that what the stock market is? Isn't that what most of what we know now is just language and not actual truth, not actual observation, not actual experience? It's just words. It's just wind. That's it. Air. That's all it is. Don't fall for it, right? We know better. We know better to not believe anyone in these authorities. They are geniuses. They have been doing this for thousands and thousands of years. Don't fall for that trap. Be hopeful. There's no problem being hopeful. Sure, maybe they actually kill Epstein. Who knows? Who knows what, Epstein, that whole thing, with Ghislaine Maxwell. Do you know if she's actually who knows, right? But you can be hopeful. You can be hopeful that these pedophile rings being taken down. Sure, whatever, but is that actually changing anything? Does that actually have any effect of what is to come? Okay? These people are geniuses. They know what they're doing. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for any of that nonsense. Look at these things. They're cool, huh? But to continue on, probably Alexandria. Check out her channel. She's a nice little lady, pretty cute. Born again Christian, from what I can tell. I'm not, I don't know her. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. You have to discern for yourself what's she's saying, what's the evidence, what's going on. Like it becomes common sense after a while. But anyways, so yeah, I've been just living off of my bike, living off in the woods, camping out for the past 2 months. I got plenty of money now. I got financially speaking, I am quite good. I can, if I needed to, I could just start up all over again, get an apartment, get a car, get all the stuff I need. It doesn't really matter though. I don't really care. I don't want to be here. I would like to be gone from here within a decade. I don't want to take part in the beast system. I'm hoping that I don't have to, and that I'm not. Well, I mean, I'm just not gonna take part in it, as it's already. You can already see it happening. But yeah, I feel amazing. Now, is that to say that I'm, everything is great? No. But is that to say everything is bad? No. I'm content. I'm quite content. I am at rest. I am very much at rest. My soul is saved. Anyone can do whatever they want with me in this world, and it does not matter. Because I'm saved. This place is fleeting. It's nothing compared to eternal life. Eternal life is way better than what is offered here. Okay? Anyone who thinks reincarnation and karma, all that type of monism, pantheism, postmodernism, they are lost. They are deceived. They've been possessed. They've been deceived. Whatever you want to call it, it don't matter. Okay, so let me explain those 3 things real quick. Pantheism. What is pantheism? That's raising things above the station that they're given. Okay, that's like idol worship. That's like celebrity worship. Donald Trump worship. Okay, QAnon type of stuff. That's low here or low there type of thing. Oh, look, this God here, this God there. No, you are the temple of God. Okay? You are not God. You are the temple, and you have to ask Him and invite Him into your life. Very simple. Pantheism is about raising things above their station. Worshipping animals, worshipping celebrities, worshipping idols, whatever you want to call it. That's pantheism. The only thing you idolize is God. That's it. The one true God. That's it. There's nothing else. You don't worship yourself. Nothing. Because all goodness, all truth, all righteousness comes through God and God alone. Everything else is just a lie. It's a deception, a twist, a manipulation on goodness and righteousness and truth. That's what Satan does. That's what evil badness does. All it is just a twist. Because you cannot have lies without truth. But you can have truth without lies. You can have good without bad, but you can't have bad without good. Okay? Those things are foundational. This is unbreakable truth. Undeniable, unbreakable. Okay? All things stem from truth and goodness, which comes from God. Monism. So what is monism? Monism is saying that everything is one. You and me, we're one. We're one mind. We're one consciousness. We're one with the plants and animals. We're one with this. We're one with that. we're not one, obviously. We are separated. we're all gods. We're all little pieces of gods. We're miniature gods. Things like that. That's all monism. That's all complete nonsense. So what's postmodernism? Postmodernism is the belief that truth is subjective. Truth is not subjective. It is objective. 2 plus 2 equals 5. Is that true or false? That's false. 2 plus 2 equals 4, right? We all know that from 1984. That's a part of this whole beast system. Do not fall for that. Do not fall for the, these, I am right. I am right. A person is not right in their own eyes. Only God is right. You are not right without God. Okay? You need God to be right. Because that's where right comes from. That's where good and truth comes from, is from God and God alone. You see what I'm saying? So, postmodernism, that's a big deal nowadays. That's a huge, huge deal. That's what they teach in colleges, is truth is subjective. Oh, I'm in truth, I'm a man. But I identify as a woman or whatever. Who knows, whatever this, I don't even know what's going on anymore with a lot of this stuff. Okay, that's all just fake. That's all fake. It's all nonsense. But, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that I wanted to talk about, but, I've got a list of things I could talk about, especially my trip coming down here, the 500 miles it took me to get down here. A bunch of stuff happened to me. I met some amazing people, but I also met some crazy people. That this world it's winding down. Everything's winding down. The demons are revealing themselves and all that type of stuff. So it's only going to become more obvious. And I can tell you right now, you need to be saved. You need to open up that Bible. You need to repent. Okay? You are not right through your own eyes. Okay? You need to repent for your sins, because we're all guilty. All of us. We've all sinned. And you can't get out of a crime by doing good things. You can only get out of a crime by asking for forgiveness from the authority, and you're asking for forgiveness through the highest authority that there is, the one true God. So you ask for forgiveness, and He is very merciful. He is way more merciful than any person, and you will receive that mercy. And then you have faith that Jesus is that God, and that He took all your sins, all the bad things that you have done. Okay, and we've done a lot of bad things. We all lie. We've all stolen. We've all lusted. We've all hated. You take those things, right? He took those things, and He washed them away on the cross, right? So you put faith in Jesus. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. Yet, everything, 99% of this world is anti-Christ. It will tell you that, like Buddhism, that karma, you have to do good things to make up for the bad. No, who decides that? Who decides what is good and bad? Abortion, right? Abortion, is that good? Apparently, how do you make up for an abortion? How do you make up for a murder? How do you make up for stealing, right? So, I stole from, let's say I stole from 100 people. So does that mean when I get reincarnated, there needs to be 100 other people to steal from me in my next life? No, it's these things are stupid. These things are so fallacious I can't even begin to explain. But anyways, I didn't want this video to go on that much long, that very long. So I don't know. Because I'm living the way I'm living as like a vagabond, pretty much, just living off of my bicycle. Got a new rear tire because the old one on my way down here got worn out. And I got like a totally different tire in front. It's like way wider. This one's more narrow. It's more like a kind of like a pseudo street tire, but it's not as nubby as the front one. But I don't know, whatever. But anyways, I don't know. I'm just digressing. So yeah, so here I am. I'm back in North Wales, back in Pennsylvania. Went from Manchester, New Hampshire, rode my bike down through New Hampshire, through Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, up through the mountains, down over to upstate New York, to the Delaware Water Gap, then through Pennsylvania, weaving in and out of Pennsylvania, New Jersey. And then I came back here, and then in about a week, maybe, I'm going to leave here, and I'm going to go start heading out west, and then south, down towards Knoxville, Tennessee. So I've got quite a trip ahead of me, but whatever. I don't really care. I'm just living life one day at a time, one sleep. I don't go by miles. I'm not trying to like break any records. Really, like, you know, some days I might go 20 miles, some 80 miles. You know, it all depends on finding a place to sleep. That's it. That's all my life depends on, is just finding a spot to sleep at night. That's all that matters. So at least for what I'm doing. But anyways, kind of like, you know, just kind of shooting the shit in this video. There's a little bit of an update, a little bit of current events, whatever. Just know that I love all of you that, you know, watch my videos, and, you know, the reason I talk about the things I talk about is because I want you to know what's going on. I want you to know. I don't want you to be deceived. And I've never really tried to deceive anyone. I've always just kind of given you the best way, the best things that I've come across. You know, and then now that I've purged all those old ancient beliefs, the new age beliefs, you know, now it's like, okay, it all makes sense now. It all comes together eventually. Once you have enough truth, the truth will set you free. It's intrinsic. So, anyways, peace and love, everybody. Take it easy.